Okay, you guys, we are going to start our next project. The Munchkins wanted to be one of the first things you saw. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
We hope you have enjoyed our session so far. We are going to be doing, you watched a little video, unique little video about Vassily Kandinsky. And his artwork. So, I am going to send the kids back to their seats, and I will read to you a little bit about this artist, and then we will do. Sorry for my fancy headgear here. We will do a project. Let me flip the camera. Alrighty, you guys, give me just 1 second while I get this fancy doohickey set up. Alrighty, so we are using, okay, there's Lee and Timothy. So we are going to be using the book Art Treasury. So if you have it, feel free to follow along. This is an artwork called Squares with the Concentric Circles. We're going to be doing this project. This bold, colorful picture was painted by a Russian artist, Vassily Kandinsky, to explore the effect of placing different colors side by side. He wanted to find out which colors stand out and which ones blend together, and how to balance the different colors to create a bright, attractive pattern. Color was incredibly important to Kandinsky. He believed color could express feeling in the same way as music. According to him, color is a power that directly influences the soul. Color is the keyboard in art, and the artist is the hand that plays. He felt the effect of color so strongly, he even claimed that looking at colors made him hear musical sounds. Kandinsky was born in Russia in 1866 in a musical family. He started off as a lawyer, and it wasn't until he was in his 30s that he took up painting. He was one of the first artists to develop abstract art that doesn't try to show actual objects, people, or scenes. Kandinsky said he began to experiment after seeing a picture that had fallen on its side. Seen sideways, he didn't recognize it, since he saw an abstract arrangement of shapes and colors and found that much more interesting. So the project we're going to work on is creating this. We are going to use, you're going to need paper. I have watercolor paper here, but any kind of, let me get the focus better. Okay, any kind of good thick paper will work. We are going to need wax crayons or oil pastels. Leah has some oil pastels here. The oil pastels are the flat ones that you get in some of the bigger art kits. Those are oil pastels. They're very, very similar to crayon. They're supposed to be a little smoother. And you will need watercolor paint. And like I said, you can use the little watercolor kits. As you can see, I've already put some water on the kids just to start softening it up, because when we did the project this morning, the kids were having a hard time with the getting the paint on the brush. So we did that. You will need water and paintbrushes. Timothy, I got you a new paintbrush that you can use. And you will also need a paper towel that you can blot your paintbrushes on. Because remember, when you go between colors, you rinse and blot. So, not yet. So they are very eager and all set up with their paints and papers. If you, we are going to fold the paper. Timothy, can I have yours? I already folded yours so I can show. We are going to fold the paper. I have already pre-folded the kids so I can fold mine and show you what we're doing. So we're going to fold it. So I kind of, it's supposed to be 3 equal sections. So make it straight at the top. Make it kind of even on the sides. My camera keeps going blurry. Sorry, you guys. And we're going to pinch the edges. Pinch the edges. And then we're going to fold it in half. Okay, so now let's unfold it and flatten it out. If you will notice, this makes 6 equal sized squares. So remember this morning when we learned about oils? Well, now we're going to use that O in the oils. Pick a couple colors. What colors? We went over colors too. What 2 colors look good together?
Pink and green.
Pink and green, okay. Pick whatever color you want. And now we're going to use our crayons. Pick a couple colors. And yes. Now make some circles.
Mommy, I don't know if I have any green.
You don't have to use your crayons. You can use the oil pastels. Mommy snagged the crayons out of your kit. You can use the oil pastels from your kit. I don't know if you can see that circle very well or not. There we go. So, we are going to make a nice big circle.
I didn't do a circle.
We learned these this morning. It's part of the oils, O-I-L-S, that make the shapes.
Circle, really my best. I didn't do it good.
Well, just as long as you do your best. Pick some colors that you think go together. And make different circles. Okay. And do that for each one of the squares. There are 6 squares that we did when we folded the paper. So I'm going to use yellow and purple next. Pick whichever ones. Remember we talked about this morning the complementary colors. Our primary colors are red, yellow, and blue. When you mix red and yellow, we get orange. When we mix red and blue, we get purple. We mix yellow and blue, we get green. Does anybody remember anything about the complementary colors? Leah, Timothy, do you remember what the complementary colors are?
Complementary colors are colors that complement other colors.
Okay, do you remember what complements red?
Mommy, what? Green.
Okay,
Green.
what complements yellow?
Purple. Purple.
Purple, very good. What complements blue?
Orange.
Orange, very, very good. Did you guys remember those two? Awesome. So, we're making these circles. We've got our page that we've folded, a good thick paper. We're using watercolor paper, but you can use any color paper. And we are using our oils that we learned this morning and making circles.
Orange and what else?
Blue goes with orange as our complementary colors. So we are using the oils and making circles and dots because we are working on a project in the Art Treasury book on Vassily Kandinsky. Let me see, this one right here. We are working on this one. We have divided our page into 6 sections evenly, and we are working on making circles using crayons or oil pastels, whichever you have on hand works. So we are getting our circles going.
All 6 sides. I already did mine.
Okay. Do the bottom ones now.
Which kind of colors?
Whatever colors you want. This is not...
Well, I know what color would complement black.
Black actually does not have a complement. Very good question. Because
I have a good one.
black is supposed to be all the colors mixed together.
Black and... Is there anything that complements brown? I know. Brown and black. Does that make sense?
That would be interesting. An interesting concept. But when Kandinsky, he was very much about all the colors. As many colors as you could get. I'm going to do this one. And it's okay to use white. You might not be able to see it on your paper, but you will be able to see it in the next step.
Ooh.
So, and it doesn't have to be the complements that you use. It can be any of the colors. What colors do you like? It doesn't have to be exactly like mine or exactly like the kids. Just make some circles.
Mommy,
I know I'm
look,
taking a long
they're
time to
all
make
kind
these
of like
circles.
mixed. These ones are kind of like mixed together. And I have black and orange. I think blue and green would go nicely together. Wait, dark pink and light green. Dark pink and light green.
Okay. We are just making our circles, however many you want to make.
Ta-da!
Yes, let's check on what the kids are doing. Show me your artwork.
This is what I've done so far.
I don't know if you guys can see them very well. The kids are making theirs. Try turning this overhead light off and see if that helps. You can see it just a little bit better.
I need to make one more. I mean 2 more.
So finish up making these circles. The different colors that you would like to use. Whatever pattern you like.
I finished mine. Look at mine, Mommy.
Yes. Very nice.
Mine's like...
So, we have made our circles. So what's next? We get to have some fun with some paint. So I have my paint here. And what we are going to do
is paint.
Yes, we're going to paint. So based on the colors that you have put in your circles, pick... No, you're still going to use that, Timothy. We don't need a new piece of paper. We are using the same piece of paper because you're going to paint over your circles. Because the neat thing is...
You can mix colors together.
Well, you don't have to mix colors. You can use the colors that are in your thing, but when you paint over, the crayon will show through. So you want to stay in your box and color each box different colors.
With complementary colors?
Colors that, this is for us to experiment with colors and see which colors that we find we like and that looks good together.
I'm using blue.
Use blue.
But I think it would be better to use one of these.
Whichever brush you like. A good thicker brush may be better because it'll cover more space.
Mommy, look.
Yes. So the kids are painting. Paint the whole square.
I can see the white lines.
Yes.
I can't see the white lines.
Did you use a white crayon?
Yes. Wait, I did not use the white crayon on that one.
So you won't have white lines on that square if you didn't use a white.
Cool.
So, as you can see, I painted yellow on this square.
Did you use a white crayon?
Not on this square. I didn't use a white crayon on this square. But as you can see, you can still see my circles through the paint. So remember, between colors, you rinse off your brush and you dab it to get some of the extra water off. Let's see. We'll do red next. Let's see how this one does. Need more water. Get it out.
I used a color that's too dark.
You might just need to thin out the paint a little bit. Use a little more water. So, you will go around and see, maybe I shouldn't have used red in this one because now you can't really see the pink. So, go through and pick different colors for each of your squares. And on the post that I put up that says, show me your work, I will post pictures of mine and the kids' pictures. Have a good afternoon and have fun with art. Kids, say bye.
Bye. Mommy, I didn't finish mine. I don't think